feel like if I were more religious, if I actually believed it instead of just like grew up in a household with it, that might affect my views about whether or not ghosts exist. But I think, I don't know, just my growing up in an like education made everything seem like it has to have like a logical basis, and ghosts don't have any kind of logical explanation to them. So I can choose to believe that they don't exist. But like scary movies and things like that still creep me out when you like hear like a noise or like feel like wind when there's like no air supposed to be coming into your room. Like the things that creep you out. And you're like, whoa, maybe, but not really.
I guess people in my life have just told me about it. I mean, like I said, the Ouija boards, and my grandmother claimed that she used to speak to ghosts or to spirits, you know, to give her information, to tell her, you know, about her career and how her future's gonna be in her marriage. So for me and my family, it's always been we ask ghosts or spirits for information. They don't really haunt you. The way my family have interacted with spirits, or the interactions that they claim they've had, just seeking knowledge or information or guidance, advice from these spirits.
I would say my education, just because or at least the education I received, I've generally been taught to base a lot of things on, I guess, proof and all that, or at least to have some sort of logic behind it.
I guess religion. I don't know. I think when you die, your spirit or your soul goes to either heaven or hell. And I don't believe that they can linger here on earth.
And I guess in terms of my personal relationship, I do keep an ancestor altar up, which I'll show you in a few minutes. You know, I think that we are all receptive to messages and signs. And so I try to keep myself open to that. I do realize that there is danger that's involved with that. We don't know what will happen, you know, what the effects of that, of, you know, keeping yourself as some kind of medium and exposing yourself like that, you know, when you do have your life to live, you know, and deal with your own stuff. And sometimes I know that people say that ghosts will try to live through you to do what they wanted to do, you know, before they were gone. And then, I mean, in terms of ghost stories, I think that,
No.
Probably one in particular. This one ghost that my father claims, you know, wanted him to kill us. I don't know if that story is real or not, but he told me it was. But I guess that one ghost, I always keep her in my mind. Definitely.
Well, if by angels or whatever, by ghosts, then I suppose yes, because I do pray, and I do feel like I've heard things through my prayers, through other things that aren't necessarily on this plane, and so I can say that through that, I suppose. Well, it's kind of hard because I mean, I've had a relationship with them, like I've heard them before, at least like, at least I think I have, but, well, yeah, then I guess yes, because if you have that kind of belief and that's what you feel is personal to you, I feel like I've had personal connections with something on the other side, I suppose the best way to put it. And definitely some sort of interaction that happened there in the past. That doesn't, I mean, I don't think I've felt that way. I haven't had that connection in a while. I think I got it more when I was younger, actually, until early years of high school. And I don't necessarily know why that is, but yeah. In the past, I would say yes. Now, not so much, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what.
No, I don't. I don't think I do. I've never like felt one in the room. I've never I'd like to say that I have. I think maybe the personal relationships I do have is me sort of hoping that I have like some great aunt somewhere along the line who lived 100 years ago that is sort of guiding me like in my thoughts and stuff. But I realize at the same time that it's probably not something that I'm conscious of, so wouldn't see it. So right now it's more me just hoping that they are present in my life, but not necessarily a relationship that I've like interacted with. One that's more just directed at me than anything else.
But you know, I've had dreams with my deceased grandfather, you know, and I remember particularly a year ago, I remember sleeping and so for some reason something startled me and I woke up and something whispered in my ear, you know, a message that was really interesting, that I just remember clearly, you know. At times I feel two hands resting on my shoulders for like a quick second, you know, and then I'm lifting off, you know. And if you talk, I noticed that some of my interviewees are talking about how, or one interviewee, I should say, talking about how when he was younger he felt like he can communicate better with one of his deceased friends, and you know they do say that like as children we're more pure of heart, pure of thought, you know, we haven't internalized a lot of these images of society, and you know we have to figure out, I guess now that at an older age, you know, to take away these blocks that we have, you know, that are preventing us from being able to communicate with the dead or the sleeping or the alive still even.
Quien no acate sus consejos, sea hombre u oricha, será víctima de los osorbos inducidos por el chu.
Totally forgot one of my favorite all-time movies is Ghost, which is actually about a ghost and stars Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, and he dies and his body, his spirit is trapped on Earth because it has something that's kind of unresolved that he needs to take care of, that being like finding out why he was murdered and protecting his fiancée through the process of discovering who it was, so like they wouldn't target her next. And it's really cute, it's a love story, and it's endearing, and it's on the same level as Casper. It's like the friendly ghost aspect, like the ghost that like remains and is like there because their spirit can't transcend to the next world because they have unresolved business in like their life that they need to take care of first. So if ghosts did exist, I believe that that's the reason why. Not because they were horrible people who were trying to like hurt other people or scare them, but because they like needed to resolve things in their life before moving on to somewhere else.
Let's see. I think it would be interesting to see that I don't know, you see like those documentaries that like talk about like white noise and crap like that and other supernatural phenomena, and they always are kind of intriguing, but I feel like they always end up being somewhat false, or at least like just speculation. So it'd be interesting to actually like see that, and if one of those happens to be somewhat logical and end up with some sort of proof in the end, it might change my mind.
I guess the final thought is I'd actually like to see or have an experience with an actual spirit or ghost. That'd be pretty cool. But other than that, no.
Why do you have that desire?
Because then I wouldn't be so skeptical. Then I'd know for sure. I don't deal well with things that are uncertain, so I'd like to be certain about this.